I think I have such a fun video for you today. I'm sharing with you some of my favorite journal pages of 2023. Flipping through journals is always fun. Getting to flip through all of the journals that one has kept up with throughout the year is even funner. And so I'll be sharing with you the cream of the crop, so to speak. But not only that, I also want to invite you to participate. I want to see what you have created in your journals this year. And so to make this a little community sharing event, I came up with 8 categories or 8 prompts to help us all go through all these lovely, lovely, yummy journal pages and pick out some of our favorites and share them with each other. So the 8 categories or 8 prompts are 1, small joy, those little things that made your heart skip a beat. Next up is new approach or technique, something new that you've experimented with in your journals this year. It could be a medium, it could be a lettering style, or maybe you tried out some exciting new layouts. At number 3, we have mundane, because the normal day-to-day deserves some love and appreciation too. And then we have color scheme, because who doesn't love a visually pleasing page? At number 5, we have sticker love, because let's be real, who can resist a good sticker? Next up is unexpected. Life is full of surprises, and so are our journals. Feel free to interpret this however you see fit. Number 7, we have photo or image, because some images just perfectly capture our experiences, don't they? And then last but not least, mood or vibe, because sometimes a page just radiates a certain energy, right? And yes, these categories or prompts primarily focus on the visual aspects of the journaling. And yes, I do think that some of the most meaningful pages can sometimes be the most simple, with a few heartfelt words on a page. I just thought making this a community sharing event, it might be helpful to keep things centered around the visuals so that no one has to feel pressured into sharing something that feels maybe a little bit too private or personal. So yeah, let's share some journaling inspiration with each other. And how about we use the hashtag #FavoriteJournalPages23 here on YouTube and on Instagram. And I cannot wait to see your picks for this list. But first up, I think I'm gonna get us started, and I'm gonna show you my favorite pages of 2023. My pick for number 1, the small joy, is this entry right here that is dedicated to a walk that I took in February with our family dog. And I don't know, something about the atmosphere that morning was just so magical and beautiful. And we've had the first flowers pop up, and my dog was so cute. So this memory is just very joyful and serene, and I also really love how this spread turned out with these multiple images, and I think I was able to capture our family dog quite well. She seems so very fluffy and windblown. So yeah, this is just a very delightful page, and I love looking back at it. This is in a Midori A5 journal that unfortunately didn't quite work out for me, but I'm very, very happy that I was able to capture this memory in it. Next up, for new approach or technique, we actually have a double page spread that I did in the same A5 Midori notebook. And this was a new way of capturing my week using drawings, and not only the drawings are a new technique, but also putting a whole week on a double page spread like that. I'd never done this before, and I thought this was a great way to do daily drawings but not make them too time consuming. So this sort of combination of little drawings to make up a whole spread for an entire week is just very, I don't know, it's very fun actually. I don't know why I've not done this more often, and I'm very excited to maybe get back into this now, seeing this, which is one of the many benefits of going back through your journals. It's just realizing, oh man, there were these things that I forgot about and I want to revisit for next year. So yeah, what do you think? Isn't that so fun? It's kind of cute, huh? Seeing all these little drawings. And this week was very, very special too, because my sister became a mother, but then there were also just very mundane things. So for example, I went to the library and somebody had taken their dog with them, and the dog was just chilling on one of these chairs and was just looking at me. So yeah, it's also quite fun to incorporate little things like that. So yeah, this is my pick for a new approach. For number 3, Mundane, I decided on a spread in my Hobonichi avec that I started in July, and I just really like how this double page spread turned out, even though it was just a pretty regular Tuesday and Wednesday. There's just something about the combination of printables and stickers and washi tape, as well as little doodles to specify certain things, that I think is just really, really fun. I like the idea of different things being there to capture all the different nuances, and yeah, I think it's just a very engaging, fun page. It was actually a day where I got vaccines, and then the next day felt pretty sick, so not the most pleasant experience, but you know, I got a fun journal spread out of it, so that's cool. And then we move on to my pick for color scheme. This is in a A6 Hobonichi grid notebook, and I just love these sagey greens, minty greens, or a little bit of teal in there too, in combination with a warm orange or sienna brown almost, with this sort of blush pink. I think this is really fun. It just, I don't know, makes my heart happy, this combination of colors. It's pastel-y, but then it also has these warm oranges in there, which breaks it up a little bit, and yeah, quite fun. And then of course, this is just very precious. This is a printable that I designed for Cat Collage Club, and then I added a photo of me holding my baby niece for the first time. So yeah, this is obviously very, very cherished just in and of itself. But yeah, my pick for color palette, and I'm sure I'm gonna use this color palette again and again because it is very, very versatile in my opinion. Number 5, Sticker Love, is in the same little Hobonichi grid journal. And yeah, this is a really fun page where I used some stickers and PET tapes to create this sort of frame or wreath around my journaling, and I'm really chuffed with how this turned out. I think this is so very charming. So these flowers here are from Printables by Erin Ware. I'm part of her Patreon and just really enjoy her artwork. And then these are from PET tapes. This, I think, is Ours Studio, if I'm not mistaken. And then these birds are from Pion, the brand Pion. And yeah, it's just really, really cute. And side note, this was a really fun journaling prompt too that I came up with for myself. I just asked myself when I am my favorite self, and it took me quite a while to be able to answer that question, which means it's probably a good thing to reflect on every now and again. And so yeah, I just think it's really, really charming. I did something similar later on in a different journal and notebook, just a little bit of a different approach, but same idea with just the flowers and things a little bit more spaced apart, and then having like a little bee and this little girl here. Those two are from a PET tape by Dodo Lulu, and then these flowers are again from a Pion washi tape. So yeah, really, really cute, this sort of making frames and wreaths out of stickers and PET tapes. And I hope to definitely do this again because yeah, so very cute. Now, my pick for the category of unexpected are actually all of my monthly pages in my Hobonichi avec. And that is because I made these monthly doodles, or I made a daily doodle, but for the entire month. And I'm quite surprised, or it was quite unexpected, how much I would not only enjoy making these little doodles, but how much I get out of seeing the month in this way. There's just something about the overview that this allows that is quite, I don't know, I just find it quite meaningful. And of course it is also very, very cute because you have all these little itty bitty drawings. So yeah, I'm just absolutely in love, and I can't wait to be continuing to do this in the next year. And if you haven't given it a try, try it out. And you could even use little stickers, I suppose. But yeah, it is very unexpected how meaningful these pages have become for me. My pick for number 7 photo or image is this journal page right here from the end of March. And I must say that this was actually a somewhat difficult time for me. I was still with my family in Germany, but I unfortunately got sick with the big C and had to quarantine myself, which was very unfortunate because, of course, you know, I don't get to see my family that often, and to then having to, you know, isolate myself from everybody was just very frustrating and, of course, lonely. And I had also just lost my grandmother. And so I was sitting in the room one day on the 29th there in March, and I just was able to capture what I was feeling with this drawing here of this little girl and her cat friend just floating away with the balloons. And I don't know, it's just it felt very true at that moment. That really was what I wanted. I just wanted to get away from it all. But I like how I was able to do it in such a cute and whimsical way, and just still hopeful in a sense. And yeah, I just really like how that turned out. And yeah, it's just very meaningful imagery here. And yeah, it's something cute that came out of something that was quite frustrating in the moment. And then, of course, here we have a picture of me and my sister. So that's, of course, a bonus. And yeah, maybe also like a side note, I actually made a couple of these drawings with this girl and her cat. It's just, yeah, something that came out of that. I guess I was thinking of companions that are not humans in isolation. So yeah, that is my pick for number 7. And number 8, last but not least, mood or vibe. I picked this spread in my traveler's notebook because I don't know, it's something about the colors, love the color palette, but then with this tree, but also with the cat and these almost like vintage looking patterns, it just creates a very cozy vibe, very mellow and reflective, with this like watercolor, and then the quote on top. To me, it feels very lived in, if that makes any sense. The colors and I don't know. It's very hard to put this into words, but maybe I just should let the spread speak for itself, and maybe you can sort of feel what I'm responding to there. I hope you found some inspiration in my picks for the favorite pages of 2023, and feel free to go through those categories, go through those prompts to revisit your journaling, and if you feel comfortable in sharing them either on YouTube or Instagram, again, use the hashtag #FavoriteJournalPages23 for us to share with each other and find your pages and your picks. That would be so lovely. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. I wish you a very happy 2024, and until next time, happy journaling!